What's going on, guys? Back with another video. So I'm just kind of getting caught up here with this debate. Hopefully you guys are watching it, but if you haven't, I do have some clips and I'll be making other videos of clips when I see them. Unfortunately, my editing studio and my editing skills are not up to par to do this. Even when I do figure it out, it doesn't seem to save for me. So anyway, either way, I'm getting help with that soon, so we'll get that all sorted out. And I can start making my own clips. But either way, I have something here from Jing Leahy. Pierre Poilievre delivers his opening remarks and makes the other candidates look like total amateurs. Mark my words, Pierre is winning this by-election with over 85% of the vote. It's very ambitious. But before we get into this video, and I also have another video to show you of the Liberal candidate completely embarrassing himself, so I'm sure you'll enjoy that. The Liberal candidate, by the way, is this guy here, Darcy Spady, sitting right beside Pierre Poilievre. Now, before we get into both these videos, please don't forget to like and subscribe. Really helps grow the channel. So let's get into this first one here. It's Pierre's intro, then we'll talk about it.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much to the chamber. Thank you to the fellow candidates, though I think that there are about 190 of them that are missing. Maybe that's the audience out there. But in all truthfulness, thank you to those who are putting their names forward, and thank you to the great Damien Couric, who's given me the chance to speak for the people of Canada and for Battle River Crowfoot.
You see how Damien Couric and Pierre Poilievre got loud ovations? And I don't know if you could hear it, the volume is a little bit low, but Pierre Poilievre basically said, hey, where's all the other 190 candidates that are supposed to be here, that are on the ballot? Just roasting the long ballot committee. Love when he does things like that. Wish he would do it more.
But most of all, thank you to Battle River Crowfoot, the region that feeds, powers, and protects this country. Feeds through the great ranchers and farmers, powers through the ingenious energy workers, and protects through the brave soldiers at CFB Wainwright. Makes me proud to be an Albertan. Now, in fairness, I'm from Calgary, born and raised, and Calgary's a little ways from Camrose, but there's a lot of shared values across this province and across this country. And my Alberta values taught me about faith, family, and freedom, hard work, helping your neighbors, and those values guided me to fight for the values of this region when I was leader of the party and member of parliament over a couple of decades, that I forced the Liberal government to get rid of their carbon tax.
Yep.
But
another applause.
Which is a local issue in rural communities. Forced the debate on developing our resources, slowing down out-of-control immigration, cracking down on drugs and crime. And now I want to take the local issues and provide national leadership to fight against the electric vehicle mandate, because driving a pickup truck is a local issue in the communities across this region. To fight for law-abiding firearms owners, to fight for farmers, and to expand our military. These are local issues that require national leadership, and it would be a privilege to provide.
They clearly like him there. And I love the shot he gave at the other 190 people or so that aren't even there, who are on the ballot for some reason. Although, like I made a video about it yesterday, like Northern Perspective and Mario Zelaya pointed out, Elections Canada is just giving you a little piece of paper to vote by writing down their name. And even if you get the spelling wrong, it's okay, as long as it's somewhat close. They're going to recognize it. So that's a big help. The longest ballot committee is obviously a joke, yada yada. There's not even really much point of talking about them. But if you look at what Pierre Poilievre saying, the way he stood up and spoke when no one else would, he just kind of sat there with their slumped shoulders. Oh, here's my ideas, even though you don't really have any ideas. Some of them do. Like, some of them are actually pretty decent candidates, but either way, a lot of them are just there to try to sabotage Pierre Poilievre, and it's very obvious. Now, Jasmine Lane posted this. This is actually from the Elevate podcast as well. Do you agree with this Liberal candidate running in Battle River Crowfoot? He says he's impressed with Mark Carney. I mean, what a silly thing to say in a by-election debate that's got nothing to do with Mark Carney, in an area where Mark Carney's not popular. But let's check it out.
The reasons I took this position to be the candidate for the Liberals is because I'm impressed with the leader. I come from about a 35-year career in business, and I'm very thankful for it. And I like Mark Carney's government and his approach to leading from the position of experience.
Yes, the booze.
He has been the central banker
Pierre's
for
face was
2
wild.
major economies in the G7.
It still is.
This is significant. And when I see his actions now, I'm impressed. So for me as a
cheers,
farmer,
man.
I want commodity prices for my crops to be good, and he is working on that by getting the economy going east to west, as well as unrupturing the foreign markets. Also,
man.
as an oil and gas guy, I want my product shipped to Tidewater, and Bill C5 has already started the movement in that direction. Thank you.
Well,
So here's what here's my plan to win a by-election in an area where the Liberals are very unpopular, as well as the Prime Minister. Let's praise the Prime Minister and say what a good job he's doing. I like his approach. I like the way his government works. I'm surprised he didn't say it was a new government like this so-called new government keeps saying. They're the old government. People just haven't realized it yet. They will. It's not going to take 10 years this time, I hope. But they will. And that's when the Liberal Party will fall. They threw a Hail Mary. They had Mark Carney. They apparently think that Mark Carney is some great guy who's got iron elbows, even though apparently he doesn't have elbows at all. I haven't seen him put up one since after the election when him and his wife were dancing like, I don't even know what they were doing. They looked like they'd just taken some Molly or something and were at a rave. With the way they were dancing, all the herky-jerky weird movements. I mean, my God. Like, show you that you're out of touch without showing that you're out of touch. I mean, it's unbelievable. But, I mean, either way, like this Darcy Spady, he knows he was put there just to be the candidate for the Liberal Party. He knows he's got no chance. In fact, I don't even think he's going to get 5% of the vote. The Liberals are extremely unpopular here. There's also an NDP candidate, a Libertarian candidate, some independents, the Greens there, the Peoples are there. And again, you know, as you're watching this debate, you're going to see, there's a video that I'm going to post later, maybe actually tomorrow, the NDP candidate actually told people to check their privilege when talking about immigration. Now, that being said, the NDP, even in this area in Alberta, some areas they actually do well in Alberta, but not this one, they're all going to get smoked. This is Pierre's to lose. He ain't going to lose it. Bonnie Critchley or Michael, I think it's Bonnie Critchley, she'll come in second place with like 10 or 15%, if that. Michael Harris will probably come in third. Then maybe the Peoples will come in fourth. It doesn't matter. They're all going to be distant from where Pierre's going to get. Now, Jing Leahy, who, by the way, is also a very young guy and a very smart guy, he says that Pierre's going to win by 85%, or get 85% of the vote, rather. What do you guys think of that? I think that's a little ambitious. I would love to see it. I appreciate the positivity. And now that the longest ballot committee is effectively moot, they're not really going to affect the voting. Is it possible that Pierre can get 85%? I don't know. 80% is a lot. And let's be honest, even if he gets 70, that's still good. He's still going to win that election by a landslide and be back in Parliament. Be back in question period and watch the standing ovation he gets there. But 85%, that's a lot. What do you guys think about that? Let me know what you think in the comments section. Please do not be shy. Thanks for watching. I'll be back shortly.